Good morning. Okay, so last night I had a crazy idea pop into my head for a Halloweenish, Halloween inspired makeup. Um, this one's probably going to take a hot minute, so good thing I'm filming it so that you can just fast forward if you don't want to watch every single step. But um, I have a plan. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to divide my lid space up so that I have a straight line right there. And the way that I do that is I use the eye shields. And if you remember, when I have my eye shields, I actually just cut them in half. So I want, instead of using this side right now, I want to use this long straight line. So I am going to peel off both sections. I'm not going to put this on the back of my hand to make it less sticky because I actually want it to be super, super sticky so that it really divides that shadow. The way that I've learned to do this that makes it even better is I close my eye and put it where I want it, and then I press it in so that it goes into the crease of my lid. I don't want it to be like sitting on top of it and leaving a gap because then the shadow will go up underneath it. So I'm going to put this about center as best as I can. And then close enough. And then I'm gonna just press it all the way in. And I'm pushing pretty hard so that it goes into that crease. And then up. And I'm trying to press it down pretty good so that I don't have any so that none of my shadow transfers into the other side. Oh, that's a look. Okay. So because I can't really see with this on, that's the other downside. I have to do it one eye at a time. Okay, so what I'm trying to achieve is kind of like a block coloring. It'll make more sense when you see it at the end, I promise, if it works out. So the first shade that I'm going to do is my dark shade here, which is going to be my dark purple. So I'm going to use my Menagerie Violet ink. And if you don't have this palette, you need to pick it up because it is one of the best purple palettes that I have in my entire collection. So I'm going to use a smaller, rounded, but fluffy brush if I can find it. I should have got my brushes ready ahead of time. I'm sorry. Don't judge me. Okay, so it's flat, rounded, but it's still kind of fluffy. And the reason I need it to be kind of fluffy is because in this like crease part, I'm gonna need to be able to blend it pretty good. So I'm just gonna dip into the inkjet, which is that darkest purple. I am gonna dust it off, just like I always do. And I'm gonna start right at that line just so that I can press the pigment as flat as I can and get good coverage right there where the line's supposed to be. And then move it all over my lid. The reason I'm using this dark one is because I'm gonna go over it just a little bit with the purple shimmer that's in here just to kind of brighten it and not leave it such a dark, 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 dark purple. Okay, so once I get the pigment kind of layered where I want it, then I'm just going to take this and just kind of lightly fluff it into my crease. And the reason I'm doing that is because when I open my eye, it's going to transfer up there anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in there just so that it kind of looks like I did that on purpose. Okay, so now I'm going to take just a round regular brush and I'm going to go into the shimmer there, and I'm going to try to just dab this on top, like I said, just to add a little bit of brightness and shimmer. I'm not wanting to change the color too much. I just want to kind of add a little bit of glitter so that it grabs light. Okay, so now I'm going to the top part, and here's going to be the interesting part. So that top part, I'm going to try to do a white, and it'll make sense in a minute. And the white that I'm using is in my ABH Norvina, and it's that white that's right there. Wish me luck. So I'm going to still use kind of a fluffy blending brush, but it's a smaller one because this area is kind of small. And I'm really just going to dig in there to coat my brush as good as I can, and then tap it off so that I don't get a bunch of fallout. And again, I'm going to place this right where that tape is, because I want that line to be very, very distinct. And then I'm going to bring it down. And I don't know if you have this palette or not, but this is a very, very, very good white. However, it is falling out onto the purple, but that's not a big deal because I can always go back, which is another reason as to why I always use different brushes, so that I can go back and add that color as I need to. And so now I'm just putting that purple back and just trying to blend that purple and that white. Okay. So now I'm going to pull the tape off. Don't laugh. Ow. But see how it created that super stark line? That's what I wanted. So now I'm going to take this same exact piece, and now I'm going to use the part that is curved, and I'm going to put it just like I normally would, because I want that crisp line up towards my eyebrows. And here's where the hard part is. So what I need to do is I need to do the white here and then the purple up here. This might go everywhere. So I'm going to do the purple first, just because if it has any fallout that falls down into my eye, I'm going to try to like use concealer to cover that up. So again, my violet ink, the same brush that I had, and I'm just going to carefully put this next to that white line. I'm trying really hard not to blend that line. If I do, it's okay, because there's something else I've got to do to that line. But I'm not trying to make it any worse on myself. Okay. And see how I got it carefully there? And then I'm going to just bring it down, just like I would if I was using this as like a transition shade. If you notice, I'm going much higher than I would with normal makeup. And that is, if y'all, I don't know if y'all can hear it, but that's my grandbaby in the background. He found a toy that makes him laugh. So the top part of it, if you notice, I'm kind of blending it out to be a little lighter. And then I'm going to really pack in this area to try to make it darker. if it's looking blotchy, that is not because of the shadow. That is because of my eyeballs. I have like dry skin patches in that area of my eye. I don't know why. They've always been there. I can exfoliate, I can moisturize, I can do all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't go anywhere. Okay. If you notice, I'm being very, very careful right at this line, but I'm trying really hard to get it as close to that white as I possibly can. Okay, so once I get the pigment where I want there, now I'm going to go back to the white. And this is where it's going to be probably difficult. So I can see, I don't know if you can see, there's a teeny tiny bit of purple fallout on my lid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab you could probably cut the crease, but I'm not really good at that. So this is my workaround for it. I'm going to take my finger and stick it into a makeup wipe, and I'm just going to dab just to try to pick up. And I'm not rubbing, I'm just pop, pop, pop. I'm just pressing it anywhere that I think I see purple shadow. Okay, so now I get my brush with my white. I'm going to wipe it off just in case any of that purple got on it. Go back into my Norvina for that white. And press, 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 press. And I'm trying to not squint because I have very wrinkledy lids. And the more I squint, the more like it will separate and it won't look good. So I'm just packing on that color, bringing it right up to that purple. To try to create that intensity. I promise this will be worth it. Okay, so now that I have that, and like I said, you can see where it's kind of bleeding through and all of that, I can always just kind of go back and gently put that purple. But again, it won't matter because I'm going to do something with that in a minute. So, all right, so now that I've got that one, ow! Okay, I'm going to grab a brand new one, and that's because there's kind of some shadow on that one. So I don't want to reuse that one and possibly get the shadow to transfer on this eye. Excuse me. I'm just trying to make sure that I don't have any clumpy concealer. And I'm going to do the same exact thing with the other half that I cut. So about center of my eye. And I'm going to close my eye. And I'm going to really push this so that it creases into my crease. And really push it down. Okay, in the same exact scenario. Oh. What do I have? Dark purple. And I'm just going to do the same exact thing that I did on the other side. Now this eye is shaped a little bit different than that eye. So it might look it might not look 100% symmetrical, but that's where I have to let my OCD go. Just let it be, which is really freaking hard. So I'm just dabbing on that color, just so that it is intense. Trying to really get on that edge so that when I pull this tape off, I don't have any gaps. And if you remember, we went in with that other one into the shimmer one and just put a little bit on top just so that there's something there to grab light. But I'm not trying to change the color, just trying to add some shimmer. I don't know. I know you can't, it's not translating on the camera very well, but in person you can see it. It's just a subtle little bit. And that's what I want. Go back for my white. Tap off any excess. I'm starting at my tape. Oh, I didn't dust this off. See what happens when you don't dust it off? That's why. That's why. Because this white shade is very, very good, but it's very, very powdery. It's got a lot of fallout. But she's a really good white. So, worth it. You just gotta take extra time to be sure to tap it off. And if you notice, I didn't tap it off on that one, so now I gotta go back with my purple. Which is okay, because I was gonna need it in a minute anyways. And just get rid of that white. Okay. So just like last time, I'm gonna rip it off, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of painful. And then I'm gonna use the curved side. And I'm gonna try to match up the angle as best I can. And I'm gonna start with my purple. That way, if I have any fallout on that part of my lid, I can go back and wipe it off. So in my head, okay, this is gonna be really cool. I really, don't make fun of me. I really hope I can pull this off. There are so many times that I will have really cool ideas in my head, and then I try to go execute it, and it doesn't work. Anybody else? No, just me? Okay. And again, just like the other side, I promise you this is not patchy at all. It's just I have really dry patches that don't like to grab onto color, but it's okay. We're moving on. So I'm just dabbing, trying to really get that pigment in there. If you notice, when I get down towards where my crease area is. I'm just trying to be careful so that I don't take up the whole area, because I'm gonna have to put that white. And I didn't get near as much purple fallout on that side as I did the other one. Yay. Haha. Okay. So now we're going to go back into our white. I am sitting here contemplating whether I want to put lashes on or not. I feel like because this is so dramatic of a look, it's probably going to end up needing lashes. But at the same time, I'm scared that if I try to put lashes, I might screw up my makeup. Because sometimes I can pop lashes on like nobody's business and not have any issues. And sometimes I go to pop on lashes and I have to take them off and put them back on about 15 times. Just me? Anybody else? Okay, ready? Okay. I know, it looks kind of cray-cray right now. Trust the journey. Okay, so I'm done with that one now. So, what I want to try to do is I'm going to take this liquid liner and I'm going to define this line that's in the middle. And it'll just help. And I'm going to have to hold my lid. Don't laugh. I'm going to have to hold my lid down. And the reason I have to hold my lid down is because my lid is really wrinkly. And if I don't hold my lid down, oh shit. If I don't hold my lid down, it'll hit the wrinkles. And I'm going to hold it for just a minute because I want it to dry. And then I'm going to just put a little dot right there. So I'm just trying to let this dry. And I'll show you why this is going to be important in just a minute. Okay, so same thing. Hold my lid down. I'm trying not to push too hard because I don't want like a super fat, even though it's doing it anyways. Stay down, lid. See how when I go to pull, sometimes it bumps, and that's because it's hitting a wrinkle. Damn my old wrinkled eyes. Okay. Now I do see like a little spot right here where it is not exactly purple. Like the white got too far over, so I'm just going to dab it. But I'm trying really hard not to smear that liner. Okay. So now I'm going to do my bottom lash line. And I'm going to do my bottom lash line in green. So I'm going to try to take this and just kind of wipe any of the purple that transferred down from where I was doing my lid. And then I'm going to take just the teeniest little bit of concealer because I want to get rid of all of that purple. I don't want any of the purple down there. So I'm just adding the concealer to try to cover up any of the purple, just to give me a clean slate down here. This eye always transfers worse than the other one. And even though I'm doing this concealer and all that, this side is definitely going to have purple down on it, just because as I continue to blink, it's going to continue to transfer, and that's just because of the way that my eye is shaped. Hashtag problems. Okay, so I'm going to take a small fluffy brush. It is round. And I'm going to dip into this really bright green that's in the first sugar pill capsule collection, which I cannot wait until they produce more. I saw a sneak peek somewhere that was kind of teasing or hinting that they were going to be releasing another one. And I'm super excited. I hope that they do. So I am bringing this down pretty low. And it's just to add dramatics. I think I'm definitely going to have to do lashes. But I'm going to do those off camera because, again, I don't trust myself to be able to do it without screwing my makeup up. And don't worry, if I do it and screw my makeup up, I'll still show you because I feel like it's very important for me to be real with y'all. And this is makeup struggles, and we all freaking do it. So I'm just really packing that on there. I'm really blending it out. I'm trying to get it super close to my lash line. And that's because I'm going to try to grab a green that is similar to this shade, which I probably should have looked to see if I freaking had one before I started. So I'm going to do green liner. Let me look real quick because I just had a thought that I might not have a liner this color. Surely I do. Oh, she close. I mean, she's a little more neon, but this will work, I think. Hang on. Maybe that one? No, see, that's too green. It's going to have to be this one. It's not going to match perfectly, but it's better than nothing. Oh, she bright. And I could have done, I could have also done a dark purple that would have matched too. So that is the ColourPop cream gel liner in shade Electric Daisy. Okay. Oh, that's not where that goes. All right, so I'm going to pause this. I'm going to put my mascara and lashes on and a lip, and I will be back with the final look in just a second, okay? Be right back. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? So I put on lashes because it definitely needed it. And it is the Lashy Box. It is the in Darling, which is just these wispy, fun, super exaggerated lashes. I didn't want to do thick ones because I didn't want it to overpower what I had going on. And then my lip is the Fenty in Undefeated. And then I put a little bit of the Glowworm, which is by Black Moon Cosmetics. I also use that as my inner corner highlight. It's just this neon green highlight, but I think that it really pulled together well. So here it is, my final look. I mean, it's not symmetrical, it's not perfect, but super cute, fun, and Halloweeny. So as always, love yourselves, love each other, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I can't wait to show you guys another look that I have in mind if it works out. Although I got lucky. This kind of worked out. I'm excited. I like this one. Thanks, guys. Bye.